For this question, we have an investment of $5,000 that is compounded daily at a rate of 6.5%. So that means once we put in 5,000 into some sort of account, after every day of the year, so 365 times, the interest is calculated and then added back into the bank account. And then eventually, after 7 years, you're going to have your final amount. So we're going to use this formula right here, which represents compounding interest. P is going to be the starting value. So I will go ahead and write that. That was 5,000. We multiply that by 1 plus the R value, which is the rate, and we always write the rate as a decimal. So you could divide it by 100, and then we're left with 0.065. And then we divide that by the N value, which is the number of times we compound it in a year. So it says we are compounding daily, and that means our N value is going to be 365. So I put that here, close my parentheses. The N goes up in the exponent again, 365. And then we multiply that by T, which is the term, and we write that in years. So that's going to be 7. Now you could use many different calculators to enter in this information, but I'm going to use a TI Inspire. So I'm going to start by entering in the investment, which was 5,000, and we're going to multiply that by a group in parentheses. So that's going to be 1 plus, and then I hit my symbols key here to get my fraction, and my rate goes in top, which was 0.065. I'm going to arrow down. I'm going to plug in my N value, which was 365. And then I'm going to get out of this group in parentheses. And I need to make sure that I bump up. I hit this arrow up here. I bump up so I could put something in the exponent. And that's going to be another N, which was 365. And we multiply that by the number of years, which was 7. Hit enter. And there's my answer. So that's going to be $7,880.50. Because the 7 is 5 or greater, we're going to bump up that 4 to a 5. So it's going to be 55 cents. And that's going to be the account value after 7 years. So we started with 5,000, and then you're left with almost $8,000. Now, how much interest was made? You take this final amount right here, which was, like I said, $7,880.35, and you take away what you started with, which was 5,000. So if we subtract that, the interest ends up being $2,880.55. So that's how much, oops, let me rewrite that. This is how much money we made on investing that money in the account for 7 years. Now, keep in mind over here, you could have different times it's compound. Like the N value could be different. You could compound annually or yearly. That would be just once a year. Semi-annually means twice. So we go twice a year. And I put that note down here. Semi means twice. Whereas biannually, it means every other year. So really, you're only going to be, kind of treating N as a 0.5. And then quarterly would be 4 times a year, monthly 12. Bi-monthly means every other month. So that would be 6 times a year. And then daily would be 365 times.